Do you find yourself a little bit more emotionally volatile right now during this period? Well, there's a good reason for it. Since the end of October, we've had a certain amount of transits that have been affecting us emotionally. They cause us to maybe be more emotionally volatile, have swings in our emotions that maybe we don't normally have. Now, in human design, about half of us are what's called emotionally open, which means we are receiving information from other people, and we may or may not be conscious of it, and we take this in and we rebroadcast it, we reflect it back out. Now, when transits will cause a center to be defined, that changes the whole game. So normally, for a person who has an open center, if they can get away from other people for a period of time, they actually have a pretty stable emotional state. I mean, they may have a little ups and little downs, but generally speaking, they're pretty stable. Now, when these transits happen, the whole game changes. So now these centers are defined. The center is defined. So the good part is we're not taking in everybody's energy so much and being quite so receptive to other people's energies, emotional energies, but we end up with cycles of emotions. Cycles where we go up and cycles where we go down. And so this can show up like, there might be some day, or even parts of a day, because these cycles can be very, very quick, where you're just really optimistic and upbeat. And then there'll be other times where you're just really down in the dumps and you're just tired and nothing is right. And, you're kind of grumpy and you wonder what this is all about. Well, the good part is that it will pass, for one thing, and we can get back to our natural even keel, which is so much more comfortable than these swings that are going on. But the other opportunity that is here is the chance to take advantage of these times when you've got this cycle going, because it's an opportunity to really take a look at your life and see what does have meaning for you. What's important to you. Have you been holding back and not saying something because, you don't want to rock any boats, which is a real tendency of a person who has an emotionally open center. And maybe, when you're down and being really grumpy and not happy with your life, maybe that's the time to take and say some things, to kind of go through and restructure yourself and figure out what really is important and say those things. So now this transit is going to be happening till all through November and into about half of December. So if you're noticing that you have your normally calm and steady state, emotional state has got spikes in it now. You're having little waves going on. Just rest assured it will pass. Now, what may happen for some people is that there may be other gates that are activated during this transit and other centers that become defined. And so if you really want to understand how this all works, I invite you to come to my website and take a quick assessment, and you can get a mini reading just to kind of get an idea of what are you designed to do right now and what's happening to you right now. So until next time, I'm Elaine Correa.